unmute yourself and say, hey, I have a question. Like, let us know. Because we want to teach this, but we also want to help workshop yours. So like get a piece of paper in front of you and a pen so that you can be creating your GPS as you go. And then we're going to look at, so from now, right, because we're about to hit Q3 and then Q4. So till the end of the year. And if you want, like for instance, my GPS, Q3 is heavy. We want to close 35 units in Q3 and 25 units in Q4. So maybe be thinking about if you have a vacation coming up, or like I want to be done working for the year by December 15th. I just want to maintain whatever I have under contract from the 15th through the 31st, but I'm actually not planning on doing any lead gen other than just calling people and saying Merry Christmas. That's it for me. So I already know that in October I have a birthday, so there's at least one weekend I'm not working, and I'm going to go to Illinois and see my family either 1 week in July or August. So, so you just want to be thinking about what the rest of your year looks like and what you think is possible for you if you're going to work. Like I'm working all 4 weeks in July. I have nothing really, well, I say that we're going to go camping at one point, but I don't really have like an out of town trip planned where I'm not going to be doing work. So just be thinking about that right now. And then we'll figure out, what's possible for you lead gen wise every week of every month based on your schedule. And it's different for everybody. Obviously yes, you guys don't have maybe the same schedule I do. So can you, Paula and Selby, can you guys just, Jean, sorry. Can you just chime in and just make sure that you can hear me?
Why don't you all unmute yourself?
That's what I was wondering.
I can hear you fine.
Okay. Are you in a place you can unmute yourself? If it's noisy, I get it. But if you can, do for sure. Because then you could just chime in and ask questions.
Gotcha.
Thank you. What about you, Paula? What about you, Joanna? Can you guys unmute?
Joanna said
there we go.
Not till I'm finished eating.
She's chewing.
Okay.
She's chewing.
Okay. Paula, what about you?
She's probably not at her. She's like, she logged in and like walked away. She'll be back.
There she is.
I just got back. Sorry.
That's okay. Just stay unmuted so that way you can ask questions. We can really make this interactive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since you guys are here.
You haven't started yet, right?
Nope. No, we're just now.
Perfect.
Since you guys are here, we want to help you. Like you showed up. So if you've got questions or you want advice, now is the perfect time because we're all here together. It's working.
I was looking in Command to try to find like what I have paid into my cap because that's part of my goal. I just want to cap this year because I haven't done it yet, but I couldn't find it. So I didn't know if I was looking in the wrong spot.
Well, you know what? We're going to continue on with the class and we can just come back to the number for you. How's that sound?
Yeah. Do you have a rough guesstimate?
Yeah.
Just use your rough guesstimate. Do you want to share that or do you want to keep that private?
My rough estimate?
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you want to share it, okay. If you just want to use it, that's fine too.
Okay.
But should we get started?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's get started.
So behind my head, and this is maybe hard for you to see a little bit, but I'm going to do it like a 1, 3, 5 here, which is closer. So I put it further away. So a 1, 3, 5 is 1 goal, 3 priorities, and 5 strategies. And I'll show you how that looks in a minute. This is also called a GPS for the goal priority strategy, GPS. So those are sort of interchangeable definitions of the same plan. And the idea is you want to set your one goal. So at the beginning of, the end of every year, we set a plan for our next year. So in October of 2020, we'll set a plan for 2021. And in real estate, everything is on about a 90-day cycle. So work that we're doing in October, lead generation we're doing in October, if we sign business, let's say it's a listing, and we put it live, and the average days on market is 30, 45, 90, whatever that looks like, that listing may not actually transact until January of 2021. So it's important that about 3 months before that year starts, we kind of understand where we need to be going into the next year. Well, so this year we had a lot of really strange, weird roller coaster changes. And we thought it would be a really great opportunity for us to do this new business planning class going into Q3 and Q4, because as a market center, we want collective goals, and those collective goals are only possible based on your individual goals. So we want to make sure that your individual goals make sense for your business, and that's going to be different for everybody. So my individual goal is to pen 7 transactions a month and close 6 rolling forward. So if I penned 7, 1 bus, I can still close 6. So for me, those are my 2 numbers: penned this, close that. And that's just how I sort of in my head plan everything. So I would suggest, and I said this earlier, what does your next 6 months look like? Do you have a vacation plan? Are you going camping? Do you have, I have a birthday in October. I'm probably going to take a few days off and do something fun. I've got a vacation in August, either end of July or first week of August. One of those 2 weeks, we're going to go see family. We've just got some things coming up, and I know that I probably won't be lead generating or taking appointments. So I've got to figure out collectively, do I think I can pen 7 and close 6 in those months I have stuff going on? Or does that month look more like pending 4? You know, so my Q3, I have less going on than Q4. So my Q3 is actually a higher amount of numbers. So ultimately, I want to close 18 units in Q3, but in Q4, I actually want to only close like 12 to 15. So, because based on where I know my lead gen is going to fall off, and maybe I won't have as many deals. So if you know that you've got times in the next 6 months that you're not working, look ahead 30, 60, 90 days. So if I'm taking time off in July, August, that's probably going to affect me October, November, December. That's why my Q4 is a little bit lighter than my Q3. And I've been working May and June. I just took some time off for my son's birthday, but I have, you know, I just closed 5 units in June, and I've got 3 on the board for July, and June's not over yet. So you see what I'm saying? So you just sort of have to do this little funky balance every month of, do I have time off? When will that hit my actual numbers? And should I adjust my goals a little bit? Do you guys have questions about that?
I do not.
Okay, good. Jean does not. Joanna, are you tracking?
Don't put me on the spot.
No, that's good. If you have any questions about, well, Jennifer, how do you get rough numbers, you know, or how do you even know, like, now's the perfect time to ask me how I sort of figure that out in my head. There you are.
There you are, girl. Hi.
Paula, you looked at your calendar. Are you figuring out sort of your time off? Yeah.
So this is like the houses that I wanted to close this year. And now I'm looking at it thinking like I'm probably going to mark off a line or maybe 2 because about right here is where I cap.
Okay.
Like rough estimates based on what I've done before.
Okay.
So, and these are like in rows of 5. So that's what I was looking at. And I just like write down the address and whatnot on each house that I've closed.
Cool. So so the cool thing about GPS is you're forecasting the future. So with a GPS, you really don't know the people yet. You don't know what people are going to transact or houses or anything. So you're tracking sort of like in real time, like people who've either already closed or that you're currently working with, which for me, that's past clients and active clients. And my GPS is really based on prospecting. So the GPS is your goal is your prospecting goal. In sense of how many units do I want to close in the future. So this is really cool because if you look at your goal and let's say you've got 15 left, then you're going to say, if I want to transact 15 more units, if I want to close 15 more units between now, and let's just use July 1st because we're right around the corner. So from July 1st through December 31st, I want to close 15 houses. If that's the number, whatever it may be, then you can chunk that down based on when you're working. So if you're working all of July, you should be closing bulk units in August, September. If you have half of a month that you're only working, so maybe instead of closing 3 units, you already know you're only gonna be able to close 1 moving forward. So the GPS is a really good tool to use for your future business, because you're gonna link those future goals directly to your actions and activities, which is lead gen. So can we use someone's example? Would that be okay? Because I'm going to start putting it together. And if we wanted to use someone's numbers, we could just do that. Do we want to use someone's goal number? Like, how many deals do you want to close between now and December the 31st?
Well, that's math.
Do what?
I said, well, that's math.
Yeah, it's math.
How many months are left? 6 months, right?
Yeah.
I want to close 7 in the next 6 months.
Okay.
Mine are small.
No, I mean, the average real estate agent, I think, closes, is it about 1 a month?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in theory. Sometimes I think I saw a stat one time that said 8.
Yeah, I think it's actually less than 1.
It's actually less than 1 a month. I think I saw a stat one time that said, I think it's 8. They close 8 units a year. So you're trying to do what the average person does in 6 months versus a year. So that's not bad at all. So do we just want to use that number?
That's up to you.
Yeah,
Let's use it. So if you actually want to close 7, we need to assume that at least 1 will probably bust, right?
Mm-mm.
About a 10 to 20 there's about a 10 to 20% chance that no matter what your number is, you're going to have 1 or 2 deals go down the woohoo. So just plan for it. And if you plan for it, when it happens, you're not going to skip a beat. It's not going to be a heartbreaker because you planned for it. So I would say that if you want to close 7, plan on pending 8 to 9. Let me grab hold on. I'm going to grab my phone. Because do you have anything, now this is going to be important. Do you have anything pending to close in July right now?
Yes.
Okay, what is supposed to, because July is the first month of quarter 3. So you have to, basically, past activity feeds us future business. So if you've got one, we're not going to magically, unless you pen someone today to close in July, July doesn't really count. Does that make sense? Because we're going to be rolling about 30, 60, 90 days forward. So unless you have something pending for July, we're going to have to say August, September, October, November, December. So we need to get those, 7 closed transactions in 5 months, right? Because unless you pen someone tonight, you're probably not closing them in July. So how many people do you have right now set to close in July?
2.
2 people on the board to.
Well, possibly one of those might go into August.
Okay, so it's under
So
contract.
1 to 2.
So it's under contract, but it might get pushed.
Hmm.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
So let's just assume you've got 1 for July and 1 for August then, if that's what you think, but it's just reality. So you've already got 2 of the 7 that you want, or you want 7 in addition to the 2 that you already have?
Let's do an additional 7.
Okay, so you've got 2, we're gonna add 7. So you actually want to close 9 transactions in quarter 3 and quarter 4.
Fine, that sounds like chicken math.
I love it. Okay, so our goal now, we already know, is 9 close, right? Because you've already got 2, you want to add 7, so 9 closed units by the end of the year. Whatever your number is, Jean, whatever your number is, Paula, whatever your number is, whatever you want in addition to what you currently have pending, add it together. That's your goal. Now, we already know I'd add 2. If I had 10, I'd add 2. If I had 20, I'd add 4, right? So you just want to build in some transactions that might bust. So if I want 9 closed, I'm probably gonna pend 11. So in parentheses under that, I would write pend 11. Because we really want to work under the assumption that we're putting 11 people under contract from today until about December 5th. Because if we want them to close in 2020, they're going to have to be under contract to close by December the 31st. By December 1st, it might be too late. So again, this is people that we are signing for business and pending July, August, September, October, November. We have about 5 months to do this. So that being said, Joanna, since we're using your numbers, do you have any time off or vacations coming up or time that you won't be working? And when is that going to happen?
That's going to happen the end of July.
Okay. Do you have like a week vacation or? Okay.
And then again in December.
In December? You said December?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, that probably won't affect your 2020 numbers. That would affect your 2021. So we won't worry about it. So we know that you're taking a week off in July. So that might affect August, September just a little bit. Well, I like to think in quarters. So July, August, September, that's quarter 3. October, November, December, that's quarter 4. So I always like to think about what's possible for me right now until the end of quarter 3. I know I have a vacation that might affect me. It's still in quarter 3. And then I have my quarter 4. I've got about 60 days of lead gen time to close units. So I tell you that because I think this is where we as real estate agents mess up. We take one number and we divide it by 12 and we think that's what we're supposed to do every month. And that's okay if you work 365, right? But if you ever take time off, if you ever have time that you're not lead generating, that's likely going to affect your pipeline. So you just have to be thinking, when am I working? When am I working? What's possible for me? Now, you guys are all full-time agents, is that correct? No, part-time-ish? Okay. So now what you need to be thinking.
I'm full-time.
Okay. So now what you need to be thinking about is we have a goal, we know the number. What are my priorities? Meaning, what do I need to focus on lead generation wise? What levers am I going to pull that bring me business? What am I going to go do? Am I going to call my friends and family? Am I going to host open houses? Am I going to door knock neighborhoods around the open houses I host? Am I going to door knock neighborhoods I just really love and I think they have great turnover? Am I going to go to church and host, a meeting or a class around how I can help people in my congregation buy and sell real estate? Am I going to put on a Zoom class and boost it all over Facebook on how to buy houses and attract buyers to me so I can go help people go buy houses? So what is it that you, Paula, Jean, and Joanna, write down on a list, right? 1, 2, 3, let's do 4, 5. Let's do 5 ideas of things that you could do that could bring you business. Now, here's the deal. Do not pick things you're not gonna do. If you are not ever in all time going to host a Zoom Facebook seminar, it's totally out of your wheelhouse. Do not write that down. Write down things that you are likely to do. And the real estate agent's best friend is people who already know your name. So our number 1 lead source for pretty much every real estate agent on the planet is friends and family. So these people already know you, they love you, they trust you, they're aware of you, you're a trustworthy person. They will do business with you or send people to you. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta let Dana in. Pause. I just saw this.
Shoot, I'm sitting here.
We're just
I
talking.
thought I was all
Hi,
into this.
Dana. Sorry. We
Hi,
just,
Dana.
That's okay. Hey.
sorry. I'm like, wait a second. I have to let Dana in. The only thing that you missed is setting a goal. How many houses do you want to close on between now and the end of the year? Do you know what that number is by chance?
How many would I like, or how many do I think is reasonable? I would think 4.
Okay. Is that what you want, or is that reasonable?
I think that's reasonable.
Okay. So then write that down. That's your goal. If your goal is 4 houses, 4 transactions. And then I would encourage you, because deals bust from time to time, I would add 1 or 2 more. So let's
Okay.
say 6. So write 4 at the top is your goal. And then underneath, write, penned 6. So you actually want to put 6 people under contract. And if somebody loses financing or the house has termites and those deals bust, you're still going to end up with foreclosed.
Okay.
Happened in real estate. I don't know. One day, about a month ago. Okay. So, and it doesn't even affect me anymore because I've already planned for it, which is cool. That kind of saves you from like a night of crying in your pillow. Okay. So now you have a goal. Good. Because that's really all you missed.
Okay.
And now what we're talking about is what are 3 priorities that are going to make this goal happen? And basically what that means is what's your lead generation going to be? What are you likely to do to get business? And we were saying that your best bet for business is people who already know and love and trust you. So almost always a real estate agent's number 1 source of business is sphere of influence: friends, family, coworkers, churchgoers, neighbors, anyone who knows your name, waves at you, smiles, and thinks you're cool. That is your best source of business. So I would encourage everyone at the very top, write 1, 2, 3. We're going to do 5 ideas. Write down 5 ideas of how am I going to get business. I would encourage you for number 1, write friends, family, sphere of influence. Right? That's almost always your number 1. They're either going to do business with you or they're going to send you referrals. So from there, we only need, if you wrote 5 ideas down, we only need 2 more focus. We only need 2 more to focus on. So outside of talking to your friends, family members, neighbors, churchgoers, what else are you likely to go do? Get in your car, you get up, you look nice, you get in your car, you're physically going to go do something, or you're going to open your computer and you're going to get online and you're going to concentrate on finding people to do business with. What is it that you're likely to go do to find business? So do you guys want to throw some ideas out there of things that you are going to go do, physically action items to go do to find people to do business with?
Social media posts.
Okay. So you post on social media. Okay.
Talk to my past clients for referrals. Remind them.
Right. Of course.
Or would they be included in the sphere?
So it's your decision.
I don't include them in my sphere.
Okay. So then that would be a different priority for you. So for you, you would have friends and family, and number 2 might be past clients.
Mhm.
But if you're going to do the exact same things with those people, I would lump them together. If you're going to do something totally different, like if your past clients are going to get something totally different from you than your friends and family, then I would totally separate them because those are different strategies. But if you're just going to call and stay in touch and ask for business with your friends and family and your past clients, I'd put them together. Because it's like one, it's like one lump, and like you're going to do exact same things for both parties. For me, past clients, friends and family are like database. I call them committed in my database. In my database, you're either committed or you're prospecting. We have no other, I believe the Red Book now says captured and connected. So captured is someone who Well, but they have capture and they have
Oh,
connect.
okay.
Yeah. So where you're like,
Sorry.
someone who knows you, loves you, trusts you, no matter what, this needs to be, met and unmet, like all these different terms have gone around. I like to just think of it like you're committed to me, like a committed relationship. You're not cheating. There's nobody else in the relationship. It's me and you. Those are my committed people, which are my friends, family, pets. So I do one thing for all of them. And it could be different for you though, Joanna. Like if you've got a different strategy for these people, like it might be a separate.
I think somebody's moving around and I can't hear.
Okay, we got it. So what else? So what outside of that? Does anybody do open houses, door knocking, pop buys, local businesses, B&I, networking, join a Facebook group for bird watchers and make everybody your friend and ask them to go buy real estate with you and look for good birds in the backyard? I mean, there's literally, there's nothing off the board here. So you just have to decide what it's going to be. So for me, I'm going to put my priorities over here. So I'm going to pick, here's my goal. And actually, I have more room and you guys might be able to see it better. So I'm going to put my goal up here. So 9 closed, 11 pended. And now I'm going to do my priorities. And I'm going to do this. And then I'll put 3 down here because we are out of room. But number 1, I'm going to put sphere. So again, friends, family members, neighbors, anyone who knows me. And I'll put past clients on here as well because they're all going to get the same kind of love from me. Number 2, for me, I'll put open houses. Do you guys want me to do like an online thing or social media? What other things are you guys writing down besides? And what we'll do is we'll fill these out and then I'll erase them and I'll bring number 3 back up because we just don't have a lot of room without me writing really small.
Jennifer,
I
have you
have
ever
social
had any, I'm sorry.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead.
Jennifer, have you ever had any luck with direct mail campaigns?
I personally have not. We have done them and we have farmed a couple neighborhoods and actually done events in neighborhoods and mailed out to neighborhoods, and we've also mailed out to past expireds, and I've not gotten my phone to ring.
Have you had any luck working your own neighborhood where you live?
I live on 10 acres. So I have not done that. However, I do know agents who do work their own neighborhoods and they do help their neighbors out. But they do door knocking and they also sponsor, you might sponsor the snow cone truck or something to come out for the neighborhood on whatever day and be standing by it and saying, hey, I'm your local neighborhood real estate agent. Do you want to buy or sell anytime soon? And take notes. I think that could work. I think you have to show up to the HOA meetings. Everyone needs to know you sell real estate and you need to create relationships. So I think that could work, but I definitely think you have to have the face-to-face and the branding. I knew an agent one time for the 4th of July would go put flags with her business card by everybody's mailbox. And then would, every holiday they'd get something branded from her and she'd show up to all the stuff and so it's like people felt like they had a relationship with her. So I think that, and again, those are all strategies. So if you want to put like farm my neighborhood as a priority, then we'll strategize all the things that you could do for your neighborhood so that people know to call you for business. Do you guys want to do that one? We could stick that up here like a farm neighborhood.
Sure.
Well, farm any neighborhood, that would be good, Jennifer.
Yeah, a farm, cool. Okay, so we'll do that one as number 3, but we'll do Do you want me to keep open houses up here? I mean, I can extend, we could do farm and something else. Are you guys
Open house.
houses?
Yeah,
Oh, do you-
open houses, please.
Yeah, okay. Because right now, open houses are where it's at. But if you're not willing to do an open house, don't put it on your deal. If you are willing to do an open house and you're going to commit to doing an open house, and an open house is going to bring you money and you're going to do it, then it needs to be up there. If something inside of you right now says, I'm not doing open houses, do not stick it up there. So maybe we'll do a few of these and maybe we'll do a few more. So let's all start though with Sphere past clients, because this should be on everybody's. This is like your number one source of business. So what is one thing that you do for your Sphere and your past clients, no matter what?
Text and call randomly.
Bless your
You
heart.
can take that last part off. Text and call.
I was like,
Oh,
oh, okay, no, I do love the random because it's organic. So if you think of someone, you should text and call them, period. There's a reason why, like your little brain is telling you this person needs a phone call from you. So do that, yes. And also put them on a plan, because you're more likely to talk to more people systematically than if you just do it at random. So I'm gonna say quarterly. So 4 times a year, quarterly, once a quarter, call your people. So I'm just gonna put quarterly call. I'll put text on here, but call. Maybe they don't answer and you text them and they text you back, have a conversation. So maybe this should just say quarterly call conversation. You want to have a conversation of some kind, two-way. How are you? I'm good. How are you back? Right? Like you want a conversation with every single one of your people at least 4 times a year. What else can we do for our Sphere and past clients to get business from them?
Birthday cards.
Okay, so
Christmas cards.
I'm gonna write mail, personal. Okay, so some kind of personal piece of mail. That might be a birthday card. It might be a home anniversary card. It might be I'm sorry, I saw that your dog passed away card. We've sent that out before. It could be a new baby, new wedding, new grandchild, right? So there's a reason in everyone's life to get a piece of mail from you, right? Because maybe you don't have their birthday. Maybe it's someone, it's like your best friend's daughter and you don't know her birthday, but you saw she graduated from high school, right? Or I guess not high school, she's not old enough, college, right? She just graduated from college. If she got a card from you in the mail that said, hey, happy graduation, I can't wait for you to start your new career and buy your next house from me, right? Because people who get jobs get money and they buy stuff. So now you have a new client, they turned 18 and they just graduated college, right? So don't forget all that. We did a campaign one time, the back to school, everyone posts a picture of their kid by the chalkboard that says, starting 1st grade, 5th grade, whatever. And we pulled all the pictures off social media and sent them cards that said, oh, the places you'll go, and it was to mom or dad. And it was like, congrats, mom or dad, how you doing? So I saw so-and-so started school this year, something like that. It was cute. And then people post on social media about it. Jennifer, you're so sweet and funny. Don't have spelling errors. It's embarrassing. That happened. So yeah, I mean, some sort of piece of mail. So we can call them and we can mail them something personal. What else can we do for our people that's going to get us business?
I
Can
randomly.
Go ahead,
ahead.
Joanna. I keep walking over you. Go ahead.
Well, no, you need to be included too. You go.
Jennifer, on something where you're saying happy birthday, how do you handle, hey, remember me, I sell the real estate? How do you integrate that?
It's personal to you. So it's going to be different for everyone. You have to find your groove and your style. It's almost like a personal style. So for me, I'm direct and funny. So for me, let's say it's the kid graduating college, I would not have a problem being like, hey, go get a job, make some money, and come buy your next house for me. Can't wait to find you your first house. LOL, love, Jennifer. Like, it'd be funny because that fits my personality, but that might be weird for you. So you need to say something along the lines of, Maybe I've loved helping your family purchase real estate over the years. I noticed you graduated college. Congratulations. What a phenomenal accomplishment. When you're ready for your first house, I can't wait to help you too. I mean, you could have it sentimental, sincere, funny, short, whatever matches your world.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
interject. I think what Gene's saying is he's been in different industry, and he probably has a big database full of banking and all that stuff. So now he's in real estate. They may not know he's in real estate.
Yeah,
Is that
see-
what you're saying, Gene?
Yes,
Okay,
yes. I know a lot of people, but I don't know how to integrate the fact of happy birthday, because I've been telling them happy birthday for years,
this is a better script.
So yeah, I would say something like, we get better with age, or something like that, or, change is upon us. And I just recently changed careers, something like, you could just do something very personal, like it just depends on your personality, again, how you want to say that. Maybe it's, with age, we're like fine wine. We get better as we age. And, to make major change in life is never too late, just depending on the occasion. And then I would just say, in case you didn't know, I'm in real estate now, and I'd love to serve you and your family should you need any buying or selling, help in the future. And you just bring it up. But here's the thing. If you're going to do that, you need to call before or after. The phone conversation has to happen. So if you want to introduce the world, this is a great topic. If you want to introduce the world to yourself as a real estate agent, write up a letter that says, hello, friends and family, colleagues, whatever tone, maybe it's 2 letters, and say, 2020 has just been nuts, whatever verbiage you want to use. Change is upon us. So many people are making change right now. I have also. I had a wonderful career. What did you do before?
banking.
I had a wonderful career in banking. I absolutely loved it. I learned so much. It brought me to do business with you. I mean, depending on who your target audience is here. And now I want to take what I've learned from that industry and increase my knowledge and my ability to help people and apply it to real estate. I've set up a phenomenal business. I'm with a wonderful brokerage. I'm getting educated daily, and I cannot wait to talk to you soon about how I can help your family purchase real estate in Oklahoma. I want to be your real estate agent for life. Sincerely, Gene. And you could tailor that language a little bit for your colleagues or for your friends or family, right? However you want that letter to sound. Mail it to everyone. And then the next week, start picking the phone up. Did you get the letter I sent? I'm in real estate now. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I'm with Keller Williams. They're phenomenal. I can help people all over the world. Hey, by the way, when do you need to buy or sell a house? When are you going to move again?
Thank you.
Yeah, super simple. And again, like if it was, let's say you've been helping someone for a long, like, because eventually year over year over year, you're going to have past clients. It's almost the same exact thing. It's just a little bit different verbiage. So, but the phone call is the most powerful for sure. Okay, so phone call, mail, what else can we do for our people? Maybe that's it. Maybe those are the only 2 things you want to do every quarter. But could you maybe email them a monthly market update?
Yes, I typically randomly send houses that come on the market to different people.
So I would encourage you every month on the 15th of every month to write 1 email and send it out to your entire database that says, dear friends, family, colleagues, whatever, I wanted to let you know what's going on with the Oklahoma real estate market. You might not be planning to move, but someone you know may be, and this information could be very helpful to them, and it's important to me to keep you up to date. We've seen 4,000 houses hit the market, 3,000 have sold. It's a strong seller's market. Average days on market is this, XYZ. There's an election coming up in November. We're not sure what's going to happen. People need to sell now while they can make the most amount of money. Please let me know right away if someone in your world needs to move so I can help them. Every month, like clockwork. The only thing that changes in that email is the stats in your message. But, and the only, and you can tell people, listen, I need your email address. I'm not going to spam you, but once a month, I'm going to give you valuable information and I don't want you to miss out. This starts to place you in their mind as the real estate agent who pays attention to the market and keeps them updated. Right now, I might do it every 2 weeks because it's just so crazy. So I would definitely put, for me, I would put market, I'd put monthly market update. Yeah.
Okay, so also with those monthly market updates, you know, you can go into Command and do those neighborhood nurtures.
Yeah.
Because that will get, if you've got their address, you can put them on a bi-monthly or just once a month neighborhood nurture. Then what they're going to get is what's going on in their neighborhood. If there are, that's 2 touches a month or 1 touch a month if you're choosing. To where you don't, if you're saying, I'm horrible at writing. Jennifer, the words flow through her mouth and probably in an email. She's got beautiful words, but if you're one of those, don't get stuck there. Go to Command, to the campaigns or Smart Plans and use that neighborhood nurture. Type in their address and every month or twice a month is going to show them exactly what's going on, what's for sale, what's sold. It's a beautiful thing and you let Command do the heavy lifting.
Yeah, if you just assign them a neighborhood, Command will do it for you, but they have to be on that Smart Plan.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's real easy. If you don't know how to do it, I'm going to say you can call me, even I know how to do that, or you can reach out to Tiffany.
Yeah. So that would be, it's going to run in the background and you don't have to, you only have to do it one time. So when you're making those phone calls, Jean, I'm in real estate now. When do you want to move again? What neighborhood are you in? What's your address? You can assign it right then and there if you want to do it that way, and then put them on the Smart Plan and it'll do it every month.
Automatic.
Okay, thank you.
And then I think, so you have 3 huge pieces of meat on your plate right here. Call, like conversation, send a piece of mail of some kind that's personal to them, and a monthly market update. So for me, that's way more than enough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably going to do at least 1 social media post because, again, your friends on Facebook with all your friends and family, that is my monthly market update. I'll probably throw that on social media. And then I would likely do, like, ask a question of some kind, maybe like, you know, it's a seller's market. Every house is selling. If your house sold tomorrow, where would you go? And you're going to get all kinds of answers. Hawaii, you know, France. And then you're going to get someone who's like, you know, we really need to sell. And then you can then immediately follow up with that person, right? So you need to just throw big, open-ended, crazy ideas out there for people on social media, because you're always going to get a mix. Like if you get 10 comments, 8 are going to be jokesters, you know, or they're not really going to be real or whatever, but 2 people might be like, yeah, we're thinking about it, or, oh my gosh, so-and-so needs help, you know, and you're just looking for one. I mean, you just need 1 good lead. So I would probably get on social media. I would post my monthly market update, and I'd ask some sort of really open-ended question of my dear friends and family. I love you. Where do you want to move to? And just see what they say. Because here's the other thing. I've had people out of different states that say, oh, I wish you lived in, you know, Missouri because we want to buy next year. Oh. And I'm like, cool, I can be involved. I'll get you an agent. I'll be involved the whole way, you know, because you can refer your people in other states to Keller Williams agents and stay in touch. So I get people who say that. I found a couple referrals that way where I've been like, hey, even though I'm in Oklahoma, you might be somewhere else. Like, are you planning to move and want me involved kind of thing? I don't say it quite like that, but I'm to that tone. And I've had people raise their hand and say, yeah, I wish you lived here. And then I hook them up with someone I like. So I'm going to put social media. I'm going to put 2 social medias. One is going to be this. So your market update, you're just putting it out. You send it out in an email, now you're putting it online. And then I would ask a question. That's it. So now you've got it. Your friends, family get a phone call from you, a card in the mail, or a letter in the mail, whatever it is that you're going to mail that month, or, you know, that quarter. It could be quarterly. Mm-hmm. And you're gonna post on social media at least twice about real estate.
So
Go ahead.
sorry, this is a new idea. So you finish what you're saying.
Well, I was gonna say, this is quarterly. My mail is probably gonna be quarterly. This is monthly, and this is probably monthly, and this is probably bi-weekly. Or I guess bi-month.
Bi-monthly, yeah,
That's
it's
twice.
stupid words, but that's twice.
Yeah. So anyways, so now I know once a quarter I make a phone call. Once a quarter I send a piece of mail to everybody. Once a month I send an email. Once a month I post my market update on social media. And every 2 weeks I ask a question about real estate or moving on social media. My plan is done. And so all I have to do now, you guys have calendars. So go to your calendar and figure out when you're going to do these things. You know, one time a quarter, you're calling everybody. Or once a quarter, pick your day, obviously not when you're on vacation, and send your mail out, or your week. This is the week I mail out. Monday I do this, Tuesday I do this, Wednesday I do this, it's in the mail by Friday. So now you just schedule it on your calendar when these things are going to happen. Maybe you do social media posts on Mondays. So every Monday or every other, you know, on the 15th of the month, you write social media market update, or social media. If I'm going to do my market update email on the 15th, I'll probably send that email out and then post it on social media. I'm done. So you just have to schedule when they're going to happen. That's your next step, and you're done. It's so much easier than you think it's going to be. You just have to pick a time, do the thing, move on. You're not getting immediate results. These are going to be compounded. This is time on task over time. Do it every month, do it every quarter, do it every month, do it every quarter, their business shows up. Then people call you, or when you call them, you're gonna say, did you see my monthly market update email last month? What do you think about that? So open houses. I'm gonna speed through this because we're running out of time and I wanna get to farm. So here's what my strategy for an open house would look like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Monday, pick the house. So if I want to do an open house that weekend, I'm picking my house on Monday. I'm going to go into Keller Williams Mullinex on the MLS or the talk page and say, I need an open house this weekend. What do you guys got? Or I'm going to go into new listings for Keller Williams Mullinex and I'm going to look for a house. I'm going to pick one. I'm going to call that agent. If I don't have any listings, maybe I have a listing, I just do mine. And I'm going to say, can I do an open house this weekend? But I want to know on Monday what house I'm doing. So pick your house early. Tuesday, sign goes in the yard. So Tuesday, you can put a sign in the personal private property yard next to the for sale sign. I don't put my directionals out until like the day of, but I put that sign in the yard. Why do I do that? Neighbors, hey neighbors. I want the neighbors to drive by and know the house is gonna be open. And when I'm in the neighborhood on Tuesday, putting my sign out, I'm gonna drive the neighborhood. I'm gonna look for how nice is this neighborhood? How many houses for sale? Is there a park? What's it close to? The library is across the street. Oh, there's a pond, right? You gotta get to know that neighborhood because you're gonna stand in that house and talk about that house. So you probably need to know something about the area. So when I go put the sign in the yard, I'm looking around. What's around? What does this look like? Da, 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 da. I'm gonna probably pull my MLS app on my phone. If there's houses for sale, I'm gonna check out their prices, look at it. You know, is that house, the house is beautiful. What's the price on it? That house is run down. What's the price on it, right? You put eyes on things. So I'm gonna get to know the area, put my sign out, really understand what I'm gonna be doing that weekend. You guys, that only takes like 20 minutes, right? You drive there, you put your sign out, you get to see. If there's vacant houses for sale, go walk them, get in them. So maybe you go do previews of the houses for sale around that house. So if there's 2 houses 2 streets down, they're for sale, go preview them while you're putting your sign out, okay? So maybe I'll put, look at area, I'll put preview. Okay, so on Monday I do this, on Tuesday I do this. On Wednesday, I go into the MLS and I run all my comps, all my CMAs. You just did what? You looked at houses in the area. Now you get to go in the MLS. How long has it been on market? Has it had any price drops, right? So now you're gonna be able to actually say, what's the area, like that zip code stats, and then what are the neighborhood stats? Really get to start to know your numbers. So run your reports on your MLS. So you got in the neighborhood, you know what it looks like. You know what the houses look like. Now you can actually apply those MLS stats to your own personal market knowledge. So Wednesday, MLS, stats, CMA. So Thursday, and then Friday. So this is your personal decision, what this looks like for you. I am probably going to door knock Thursday night because Friday night people aren't home and you want people to have enough time. This could also look like circle prospecting for you if you want to get on the phone. If you're a new agent, door knocking is way easier. Flyers in hand, nothing fancy, nothing fancy, nothing fancy. It just says you're invited, open house, picture of the house, your information. Nothing fancy. Do not spend time on this. It does not have to be perfect. Designs in Command helps you. If you're lazy, don't do it. Just make a flyer that says open house, you're invited, picture of the house, right? Anyone can do. Draw a picture of the house. Write your name at the bottom with your phone number. You're invited. So my son did this. Isn't it cute? Anyway, come to the house, right? I mean, the whole point here is hi, I'm a real estate agent. I'm holding an open house at 123 Main Street on Sunday, 2 to 4. I'd love to see you there. Hey, who in the neighborhood do I need to talk to who needs to move? Because I want to tell them about stats. I just walked all the houses yesterday that are for sale. I know every single house that's sold in the last 6 months. I'm going to be in that house on Sunday. Who do I need to talk to? Right? What you have in your hand doesn't matter. It's just one thing with your phone number on it. Phone number. That's all you care about. The house doesn't matter. You're not selling that house. You're probably never going to sell that house. It's not about the house. It's about you and your phone number. So I would do this on Thursday night. People are home. They're bored. They're having dinner. They're ordering pizza. They're not out on Friday. They're not busy at soccer on Saturday. They're home. They're home on Thursday night. Wednesday night is church night. Thursday night, they're home. So I'm probably door knocking Thursday night. I'll write that down. Okay, so now, Friday. You might do directionals depending on when your open house is. Like if it's Saturday, maybe I'll do directionals on Friday, whatever. Maybe I'll door knock again. Maybe I'll do, what have I not done yet, right? So Friday should be the day that you actually have a life too. Maybe go hang out with your family. Maybe hang out with your friends. What did you not do during the week that you need to do on Friday? Are you going to buy cookies? Do you need to get water, right? Like, do you want balloons? I don't care what you do. You don't have to do any of that. But if that's what you want to do, prep yourself on Friday. How many times have I rolled up to a house at 1:59 with balloons because I was late getting the dang balloons and I didn't have enough time to get the house ready because I was late getting balloons on a Sunday? Get your stuff early. Figure out your game plan early. Is it going to rain? Do you need an umbrella? What's the weather forecast? Prep yourself on Friday. Don't do it Sunday. You'll fail. You will fail every time. I am a failure on Sunday prep. Friday, what do you need? So then that way, when you get in your car on Sunday, you've got your CMAs and all your MLS stats because you did it on Wednesday. You door knocked on Thursday, so you know who's invited. You prepped on Friday. Everything's in the back of the car. The only thing you have to do on Sunday is look phenomenal, get to the house 15 minutes early, turn on all the lights, really understand the property you're looking at, have all your stuff ready, stand at the front door. Everyone that comes through, you're going to say, hi, my name's Jennifer Rush. Thanks for coming to this open house today. What brings you in? Are you buying or selling? Did you see us online or did you see the signs? Because you might put your directionals out Friday. If it's a Saturday, you might put them out Sunday right before. Directionals to me, this is it's a personal preference. I don't really care about directionals a whole lot. I mean, I kind of do so people can find it, but people are coming because they found it online. or they're a neighbor and they saw the sign in the yard, or you door knock. Everyone's coming from Zillow, guys. They are not, and the people who are like, oh, I saw your open house sign and da 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 da, they're super not interested in buying or selling a house with you. They're just there to snoop, which is fine. And that's fine. Maybe they become a client. It's not your target. Your target is the neighbors and the people who showed up off Zillow because they want to do what? Sell or buy. They're not lackadaisy on a date having fun on a Sunday afternoon. That happened to me. We're just on a date. We thought we'd come through. Weird. So I'm just saying, you're going to get the weirdos. Don't worry about it. You're looking for, did you come to this house because you saw it online, you picked it, you need to buy, you're a buyer, or you're a neighbor, which means you need to sell. And a lot of times the neighbor's like, I just wanted to see it. And you're like, yeah, because you own a home in this neighborhood that I will sell for you when you're ready. Like, if they own a house in the neighborhood, do whatever it takes to like become their best friend. They own a house, they're a seller. They showed up to your open house off of Zillow, they're a buyer. Now, you're a buyer, Mrs. Person from Zillow. Who's the real estate agent that you have committed to help you make your buying decision? Not, do you have an agent? Throw that language away. It doesn't matter. Who's the real estate agent you're committed to who's helping you make this buying decision? Because then people are like, oh, I have an agent who I met at an open house last week sending me stuff, but I don't know that I'm committed to them. Well, fantastic, right?
Sign here.
So those are all, that's my open house strategy. So every day of the week, I have something to do. And you're not scrambling, you're not overwhelmed, you're not like, oh my gosh, I have so much, or you don't show up ill prepared, right? Oh, well, I said I do this open house. I rolled up 2 minutes ago with my balloons, scrambling to get the house open. I know nothing about the neighborhood. I know nothing about the house. I know nothing, right? Now you're the agent that says, do you like this neighborhood? Oh, I love this neighborhood. Unfortunately, this floor plan is not going to work for us. Oh, well, just so happens 2 days ago, I walked every single house for sale in this whole neighborhood. What are you looking for? Hello, you're the real estate agent for me. You walked every single house for sale in this entire neighborhood? Hello, right? Yeah. Oh, and I just so happens I have all the stats right here. Like, because I did that on Wednesday. You see what I'm saying? So this doesn't overwhelm you. Okay, so let's talk about farms really fast. Do you guys have questions about that? Can I erase this? Yeah? Okay.
Sure.
What questions do you have about that? Will you do that? Is that a doable thing? Is that possible? Does that plan?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I want to see open houses from all of you now. Okay, so 3 is farms.
Do you have an open house for me?
Sure, I have to go get some listings. All my listings have sold. Wah, wah. Okay, so farms. Has anybody farmed? Okay, so farm is a neighborhood that you want to be in. I will tell you, I have farmed Red Canyon and Trailwoods, so we'll just pick one of those. We'll just pick Red Canyon. And what I did was I picked it because I sold a house. I had a house for sale. And I was like, this is cool. It's only 200 houses. So if I mail, it's $100, right? 50 cents a stamp, 200 houses. It's probably bigger now, but rough numbers. It's about $100 for me to send a mail to this farm. That's a doable amount of money for me to spend. It may not be for you. If you don't have the budget, don't do it. What's free? Should we do farming for free? Okay, door knocking, finding houses for sale in the neighborhood to do open houses, door knocking, door knocking, door knocking. All of those are free. So if I'm gonna farm and I wanna do it for free, I'm gonna be in that neighborhood like as much as possible. What can I do in this neighborhood? How much can I show up in this neighborhood? Could I offer to babysit? Like, what do I need to do here to get in front of families? Or, you know, should I offer to pick up dog poop? Like, how can I make relationships with people that live here? That's it. So for instance, nobody do this because I'm doing it. Trailwoods has a rep. They have an ideal rep. They're still building. So there's a rep. So that guy gets snacks from me, right? He gets snacks and, you know, all that stuff. And so then I can be like, cool, we brought the snow cone truck there. We did a drive for pet supplies, and we had the snow cone truck at the splash pad, and everybody came and we fed them lunch and snow cones, and we asked them to bring pet supplies if they had any, and we donated that to the pet shelter. We called it Dog Days of Summer in July. It was really cute and fun. It was a lot of work. It cost money. If you don't have money and you don't want to do the work, knock, 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 right? But you have to have a reason to door knock. So that means you need to know what's for sale in the neighborhood. Hey, did you know that there's a house for sale in your neighborhood? It's super cute. Do you know anyone who wants to move here? Which one of your neighbors is selling again? I love this neighborhood. It's a phenomenal neighborhood. I think it's a fantastic, awesome, you know, Keller Williams has a house down the street. I'm with Keller Williams. Which one of your neighbors needs to move? I would just show up. Every time a house went up for sale in that neighborhood, I would door knock and I'd say, hey, did you know the house on Lurkham Lane is for sale? Just curious, do you know anybody else who needs to move? Doesn't even matter if it's yours. All you're doing is showing up with information about real estate. That's it. You could draw up your own little piece of paper if you wanted to, like seller's market, 6 houses sold in your neighborhood. But I would do this every month. Every month. Hey, you saw me last month, 4 houses sold, 6 sold now. Just keeping you up to date. Hey, by the way, 8 houses have sold now. I just wanted to keep you up to date. Right? I mean, seriously, if you want to farm, you got to farm. The word farm means work. Yes. Farm means work. So you have to do the work. You cannot just do a mailer and people are going to pick the phone up. They have relationships with real estate agents. They saw the guy who had the sign in the yard down the street who sold a house. Always put sold in the signs. It's for the neighbors. They said, oh, well, the house down the street for me, the guy put it up for sale and 3 days later there was a sold sign on it. Now he knows that that real estate agent sells houses. If you don't show up at their front door that says, I'm a real estate agent, did you know that house sold? It doesn't matter if it was the other guys. You're the agent that told them it sold. That keeps showing up with stats. So you got to buy some Nikes. That's for real. Like farms are like for real. Door knocking is the way to go. Now, if you in turn said, I have an extra $100, I just closed a house. I'm going to take $300 from this closing I just had and reinvest it in my business and mail my farm once a month. And I'm going to mail them on the 5th and I'm going to door knock on the 10th. Did you guys get that thing I mailed you? Right? So now you're knocking for a different reason. Well, plus if the house up down the street just went up for sale, could you maybe hold it open? Could you call the Keller Williams agent who just listed it, because we do have market share, and say, hey, I'd love to hold that house open for you. Now you have a new reason to knock on their door. So you knocked on the door because you mailed them something. You knocked on the door because you're holding an open house. You knocked on the door because there's a new house for sale in the neighborhood, right? First of all, you're going to get more comfortable knocking on doors, and you're going to get to know people better. You're going to catch them in their garage and they're going to talk about their Harley, or you're going to see little kids and you're going to be like, oh, you're cute. And then the next time you go, they're going to be like, oh, there's that person that, like, you know, shows up all the time, stalker, but I need to sell my house now. So maybe you should do it since you're so familiar with my neighborhood. That's how you farm. Farm equals familiar. So door knock. Open house. I would probably mail if I could, if I have the money for it. Holidays are perfect, especially if it's a cute neighborhood. So if you want to do something holiday related, but guess what I'm doing if I'm going to do something holiday related? Yeah. So holidays, like if you wanted to do a knock for that. And what else? I don't know. I feel like this is it. Sell houses, list houses. Repeat. This is what it's going to take to get in there. Knock, 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 knock. Open house, open house. Who's selling? Knock, knock, knock. Here's a cute little like candy cane for Christmas. Knock, knock, knock. Here's my mailer, right? You're going to get a listing. When you get that listing, it had better have balloons. It's just got to be the most phenomenal party that's ever happened on the face of the planet when you list that house. And that's when you throw a party and you bring a snow cone truck and you say, did you guys see I just listed that house down the street? Yeah, here's the flyer for it. Who do you know who wants to live in your neighborhood, right? You want to celebrate that listing. The minute it sells, you put a sold sign out, you're out there with balloons at 5 o'clock handing out candy. Like, my house sold. Like, I'm being really dramatic here, but what I'm saying is if you get a listing in the neighborhood, everybody better know. And the minute it sells, everybody better know. Because then you did something real estate related, not just like, hey, I'm stalking you. This is actually business I did in your neighborhood. I'm your realtor of choice. Look at me. I'm phenomenal. I'm amazing. Jumping Jack's front yard. I sold this house. Then you have mind share. So this is just Jennifer's opinion, okay? There are farm strategies out there that are not this. But if you want to do something for free, this is it. Door knocking is it. Do you guys have questions about that? Did I scare you?
Do you have to fill up all 5?
No.
Okay.
I'd
So
say
it's okay to have
yes.
1 or 2
You
blank.
want 3 though. I mean, you really, if it's going to be on your GPS, you better be doing 3 strategic things around that item. Otherwise, it's not really a priority, is it? There's a guy who worked for UPS who has like a multi-million-dollar business because when he got into real estate, all he did was go door knock. He did his old routes on foot. He was comfortable going up to front doors.
Right.
And you know, the ring thing is now a big deal. What if every time you went up to a front door and it was a Ring doorbell and you were like, right? And you like held up a little sign that said, hey, there's a house for sale in your neighborhood. Just curious if you know anybody who'd be interested in it. I'm leaving my card, you know, and that's it. Wouldn't that be so fun?
And just take your card and hold it up there.
Just, yeah, I mean, it's so fun. Like, you know, I mean, that's a thing now. Rings are like a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we went a little over, guys. I hope that's okay. But we just made a really powerful, phenomenal GPS. Like, if you do this, just what we just did, that's it. If that's all you do. Because look, this is an open house right here. You already have a strategy for it. You're just doing it in the neighborhood of the farm that you want to be in. You already had door knocking on your open house strategy. So you just killed your door knocking for your farm for the month with the open house that you're doing, right? Like, you can layer these things on top of each other. Plus, when those neighbors give you their information, just add them to your monthly mailer. So you're sending a market update anyway to all your friends and family. Well, anybody who shows up to your open houses, any of the people who you're door knocking say, yeah, I'd love to stay in touch. Well, you have their address, you just knocked their door. So 123 Main Street just got added to the monthly mailer that you're gonna mail out if you're mailing. And if you're not mailing, say, hey, you know, I do a monthly market update via email. I want to keep you up to date. I do not want to spam you. You're going to get 1 email a month from me. Would it be okay if I got your email and I sent you my monthly market update? You just have to promise people you're not going to spam them. So, I mean, a lot of these things layer each other. If your only plan is to pick a farm, do open houses in that farm, write letters to friends and family, call them, and then add people to your mailing list, that's the only thing that you did, you're still doing activities that say, I'm a real estate agent, I do business. Who do you know who needs to buy or sell? Who do you know in your neighborhood who needs to move? Who do you know from church, work, friends, circle, who needs to buy a house? Those are the questions that you're always asking when you're talking to friends and family and people in the neighborhood. When do you think that you might move again? Where would you go? If you were to move, where would you go? Those are the scripts. That's all, seriously, all you need is those scripts. Because then people start talking and then you do really good note taking. And at the end you say, can I stay in touch with you? I've really enjoyed our conversation today. May I stay in touch with you? That's it. Then they get the monthly mailer. Then they get the monthly phone call. Then they get the knock on the door. They get the invite to the open house. That's how you keep showing up to them. This is a really powerful GPS. That's good.
That is powerful. Thank you for that. I have another question that has to do with your post the other day. how do we calculate the volume?
Oh, yeah. So you just figure out what your average price point is. So if you've closed units, you could say, I've closed this many units at these price points, add them all together. So let's say there's 5, add those together, divide by 5. That's your average volume. That's your average.
price.
Of the price, not my commission.
Right.
Right? Okay.
Sales price.
Do you know what your average sales price is, or roughly about what you sell? Like mine's about Q1 it was like 205, Q2 it was like 189. So I added those two together, divided by 2, and that's what I'm using as my average price point for Q3, which is like 190 something. So you just have to figure out what have I sold and then divide it by the units, and that's your average, and then multiply it by how many units you think you're going to sell in Q3, which is July, August, September. You want to do it real quick? I could do the math for you real quick. Have you done
That means I have to use a memory. So no, I can do that.
You know what?
Math.
Do you want to know an easier way?
You're supposed to be able to look at it on command.
Okay, if you go, actually, I'm going to take you to the old way because the numbers are all in there and it makes it real easy. If you go into your MyKW, okay, go into MyKW, and then click on right under your picture, it's going to say reports. Under your picture profile on the kind of the left-hand side, it'll say reports. Click in there and then go to reports and then go to multi-year trend. The multi-year trend is going to show you what your average sales price is. It's going to show you how many closed units you've done, how many, your closed volume. It's going to show you your listings taken, listings volume, contract written volume, and then it's going to show you what your average sales price is. So it's already calculated all in that report for you. It's called a multi-year trend. Okay, does that help? Oh, you're muted, Joanna, muted.
So I'm on my KW reports page.
Okay, so if you click reports, it's going to drop down and go search, and you're going to go down to, I think it's called associate multi-year trend. It's an alphabetical order.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Okay, click on that, and it's going to show you everything that's happened this year. And then last year, it's going to show you, if you were here last year, it's going to show you then. And if you were here the year before, it's going to show you your entire history of closings that went through Winmore. Okay. And everything is still in Winmore. So it's up to date. It's since the last transmittal. So it'll go till the end of May 31st. Okay. So you can go in there and you can look at all of those. Just go in there and pull up your average sales price. It's on, mine is like 18 pages long for the market center. Yours is probably going to be, I think, 5 or 6 pages long, but it's going to be, at some point, it's just going to say average sales price, and it's going to tell you right there what it is. And you take that and multiply it by how many, if you said 9 units times 147,000 or 197,000 or 350,000, that's your volume. This is sales volume, not gross commission income. Sales volume. Okay. Okay. Got that?
So I added mine, and it comes out to 3.49 million. So we're gonna just roll with 3.5 million. So like I would like to close 18 transactions at 3.5 million. That would be my goal.
So put your goal together, and all you have to do is email me and put in the subject line Q3. And that's going to alert me that you're sending me 2 numbers. The first one is how many units you're going to close July, August, September, 3rd quarter only. And what is the volume of that?
Which we determined for you, Joanna, that you wanted to close 9 because you already have 2 pending. You want to close. So if it's 9.
Okay, so no.
Well, and that might be for the end of the year. That was from now until the end of the year. So we're just talking about the next 3 months. So you already know you have 2 for July. So if you want 2 for August and 2 for September, then yours would probably be 6. Or maybe you're only going to do 1 in August or September because you're taking the time off in July. So it could be 2, 4, and then you just do 1. So maybe that's 5. And then if you're 200, let's say your average price point's 200,000 times 5, well, that's $1 million, right? Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I keep getting an error on that multi-something report, so it's not pulling up, just FYI.
Okay, that happens occasionally, not very often. So just go back to it. Or here's what you can do. You can let me look it up. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got an appointment coming in
I gotta go to
8 minutes.
I gotta go too.
If you have questions, holler, but I will send you your average sales price, okay?
Yeah, and if you guys want different lead gen lever strategies, so today we did, Sphere Pass client, we did open houses, we did farms. If you have a different lead gen lever that you want to use, maybe it's something we didn't talk about, go ahead and in the talk page, we need to start using our talk page a little bit more. Say, what would your 5 strategies be on a GPS for this priority, this lead gen lever? And you're going to get ideas from Terry and Taylor and, so a lot more people will chime in. Maybe you don't like my farm strategy, maybe it's not for you. Maybe you don't have Nikes and you don't want to use them and you'd rather do it all different. That's cool. That's super fine. Just say, hey guys, if you were going to farm a neighborhood, what would your strategies be to do it? And let other people give you ideas.
Because they will.
They will. Yeah, totally. So this is just me and my brain dump. But do you guys see how to do this? Yes. Yes. Yes.
Jennifer, I want to thank you very much for sharing your knowledge with us. That's very kind of you and most helpful. So thank you very much.
Good. I'm glad.
Thanks for being on, Jean.
I want you guys to take this planning session and say, here's my goal. Here's how I'm going to get there. And I want you to do it.
And then do it.
Do it. And it'll get you there.
Do you know, I'm going to say this, Jen, what I love about Jennifer is she simplifies it, right? She breaks it down of just do this, this, this. So now we know exactly what activities to do, because I think oftentimes we struggle with what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
This creates that action plan.
Yeah.
And once you have an action plan, you pop that into your calendar and away you go. So
Very
I've got to
powerful.
run. Thank you, Jen. You're fabulous.
All right. Bye,
Good seeing you
guys.
guys.
I'm going to turn this off somehow. End.